like louder in my right ear.
It's stereo. Welcome to the 21st century. Stereo.
I didn't know Area Chat did that.
Yep.
I remember playing like Battlefield and listening to people like try to sneak up on me. That was fun.
I'm so getting nailed. Who is this nailing me? Nefarious. That's awesome. And I've got somebody sitting in my lap. Wise. Nope.
That wasn't me.
Nope. Yes, it is.
That's Slice and Dice.
Oh, okay. Wait, you're right beside me.
I'm
No,
wearing a badass gear, remember?
I'm not in first beer. That is some nice beer. This is my level tune.
Alright, we'll get started pretty soon. I'm just waiting for a few other people to make it here. Redbeard said invite, but I told him just to travel here.
It's nice, I wasn't done. What'd you move for? Talking bad premature there. Anyway, moving on.
It's Jason.
What did I do now?
Everything.
He tried to pin stuff on me earlier. I'm like, I'm having none of that.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was
Calling me out.
I was trying to include you in the conversation. Forgive me for being helpful.
Yeah.
And the bullshit's getting deep as aisle 6, clean up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. I did not expect it to take that turn in this guild, but it did.
We all have the minds of 12-year-old boys. What did you expect?
Yeah.
Then to lock yourself in the bathroom.
Alright, we'll get started.
I want to be like Dave when I grow up.
I want to be like you when I grow up and save America.
Merca.
I was gonna say, did you see Dave dancing earlier? You sure you want that, Jason?
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about a number of different topics depending upon how dedicated you are to making gold. If you want to make a little bit, it doesn't take a lot of investment. If you want to make a lot each day, it takes a little more investment.
I'm gonna buy your house, Dave.
Do it.
At least when you're talking about, your paychecks, at least I know what you bought. And I hope you bought the Earth Tear Cavern, too. I'll be jelly.
I didn't like that one that much.
What? Bologna and cheese sandwich. That was awesome. My son's arguing. Yeah, he says that's bullshit. Bullshit, Dave.
Hey. Some words.
Sorry, some words, sorry. He said the word.
It's clearly a child in the premises.
Right?
I know, he's telling me
got a
out.
baby too.
Yes.
My
Your savior's here.
Amazon
Where?
boy.
Am I just gonna outbid you again?
What, do we get a Prime delivery? Ask him.
You go, bud.
Alright, last call.
Yeah, while you guys do this, I'm gonna get
Brown Sergeant, get here.
Have a look at Slice and Dice's ID one-shot winner.
Under the emotes, which category is
It is
share?
social, emotes, props, and it's the third one down on the middle aisle.
I'm sitting next to Zombie Slayer.
I didn't want you to sit next to me anyway, so you just take your happy ass on it.
You.
Whatever, I was sitting here first, and wow. Actually, no, I wasn't.
Is that you? I was gonna say.
I'm the one standing up now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, then I'll just sit in the middle.
Yeah, so you can be the center of attention, just the way you do. Wow. Just so close, yes.
I'm gonna throw myself on the ground. Watch. Ready? Here you go. Ready? Hey. Yep. I'm gonna throw myself on the ground.
Quick, driver.
He said you're not outbidding me this time. As if it was the,
Yeah, as if it's not.
No.
Well, everybody's getting with it this time with the prop chair stuff instead. Actually,
Yeah.
they're all just running around.
Yeah.
There's no classroom.
Wow, let's not go there. That fairy babe is sitting on the ground. Can you see back there? You okay?
Yeah, she's fine.
All right, so this is going to be I have some tips, and then I'm sure many of you have ideas that you make gold. We'll all share ideas. I'm going to start off with a few things of which I know or about which I know. What's hot right now? If you have Vardenfell, if you have Morrowind, Ashlander, Morag Tong, obviously Buoyant Armiger, and the Ashland, I just said Ashlander motifs. Those are still going for 15 to 20k. If you do the dailies there, which a daily Embers, you've been doing these since forever ago.
Just about since launch for Morrowind, once I
How long
unlocked
does
the
it-
class.
How long does it take to do one set of Vardenfell dailies?
If you have all the way shrines unlocked, you can do those, I would say, probably aggregate in 20 minutes to do the
Okay.
2 Ashlanders. The Vivek City ones, because you are taking on a world boss, those you just, are hoping that a group shows up random. And
Yeah, that takes
delve,
forever.
and the delves are designed to be soloed. So,
Yeah.
Even if you do half of the Vivek City ones, which gets you the Morag Tong, you can, depending on how long you take to do a delve, probably 15 minutes on that.
Gotcha. So that is definitely one way to make some gold, is the Ashlander ones that do not require the groups. Another big thing is sets. Go to owlcasthq.com. Go to some of the other big YouTubers. See what sets they're telling people to wear, because people listen to them, obviously. For good or bad, that's a whole different argument. See what sets they recommend that are zone drops. Like Spriggans and Rivenspire, I believe. A sharpened Spriggans axe or a sword I've seen go for nearly 100k. There's a route there. There's a triangle of 3 bosses and a dolmen. And if you spend an hour there, you're probably going to at least make 40k. Because the rings are selling for like 20k too if you get like a blue ring. Obviously Necropotence is still high. People are loving the Sun set, the War Maiden set, Red Mountain. Another really interesting way to make gold. I wonder if the person is here that taught me this. I had forgotten how valuable this was. This takes a bit more time, but this is the premise of guarantee 100k in 8 hours. You farm 4 stacks of fish, just go fishing, and you don't fillet the fish. You sell them raw, because that comes at the opportunity of people being able to get the perfect roe. Sell them raw for 25k each, and if you got 2 hours, fish for 2, that's 25k. If you want to do it for 4 hours, that's 50k. You can just do it one day a week and make 50k a week, and then that will let you be able to just have enough money to pay for our trader. And then all the sets you do, like when you're doing dungeons, anything that's not bind on pickup, you're able to sell in the trader and make more gold. Craglorn with raw mats, that's huge. Flowers, furnishing mats, Nern, all of that sells for a lot. You can resell the raw mats. You can sell. You can refine them and sell the gold mats if you want, or you can sell raw ancestor silk. What's huge right now is ancestor silk. I don't know why, but it's priced way more highly than is rubidite ore or rubideo scraps. It is 25k refined per stack. That's what I've seen it as recently. I don't know what it is unrefined, but I mean, that's pretty quick. If you go up into Craglorn and you just spend an hour, you're probably going to have a stack. If you're consistent, if you're on a stam character that runs fast and you don't get distracted by like fighting world bosses or something, you're going to make reliably 25 to 40k an hour that way, because there's a chance you can get Nern, there's a chance you can get the ethereal dust, and if you are a saint and you have been blessed greatly, there's just that small chance that you'll get a cipher, and if you do, then I'm going to love you and be slightly jealous, 1%. But then there's also flowers, these potions that people use in high-end PvE and PvP. Cornflower, 310 gold each. Bend down and pick up a cornflower, you just made 300 gold. Lady Smock, 250 gold each. Columbine, 200. Bugloss, 120. Nernroot, 200. Cold Harbor is the best place, one of the best places to farm in the game. You can resell, or you can craft the potions and sell the potions. Huge as well. You can, do a lot of thieving. The Thieves Guild is great for that, for doing some of those quests. You get some furnishing recipes. You also, from pickpocketing, get some furnishing recipes. The public dungeons, the Dwemer parts for the pet, 7 to 8k each. They vary. I might be off a little bit. The 6 house costume, 12 to 15k each for those pieces. Or you can sell the complete set, the robe, for 120, 130. Ambrosia fragments, you get all those. Ambrosia recipes are, going for 140. If you're a crafter, you can do those writs. You're going to make about 3,000 gold doing writs each day, and you'll at some point, you'll be rewarded. It won't be daily, but over time, it'll average out that you're getting way more back than you're putting in material-wise. You alloy, wax, rosin, raw materials, master writs, and then you can sell the master writs for 1k per voucher. Crafted gear. You can go around spamming that you make crafted gear, because it's made a comeback with this latest update. It has definitely been in a lot more builds, like Julianos and Hunting's Rage and Night Mother's Gauge. It's more popular than it was a couple updates ago. So you could sell a full 5-piece set to someone, depending on, if they provide the mats, what trait and what style they want, 30, 40, 50k, just depending on how complicated the order is. And we'll be doing that soon on our website too, offering, people will get updates on they can craft a set for somebody and meet them and collect that money. If you PvP, here's another thing. You may hate PvP, you may love it. If you love PvP, you can farm a lot of AP, and you can get the Akaviri motifs or sets, and then you can sell those for gold. Or you could go farming for Telvar and get Haikijo motifs. Tanks love those. Those are going for about 12k right now. You could sell those. And a video I watched, unfortunately, Prosperous is gone now as a trade. I thought I was mistaken that if you improved Invigorating to the gold level, that it made it prosperous again, but I was wrong about that. But a great place. No, this is for the hardcore. I want to make a lot of gold quickly, so this is a little bit more of an intense method. And by the way, everything I'm sharing, I'm going to be linking on both band pages: Affluent Merchants, Affluent Adventurers, an article of everything I've just shared. because I know I've thrown a lot at all of you. But a good 60 to 70k gold an hour would be to go to a... one would be going to the Imperial City sewers in an empty campaign and killing mobs, because they drop a lot of mostly ornate stuff that you can sell. Then you'll get set pieces you can sell in the store to make gold that way. And Reaper's March, there is a public dungeon called the Vile Manse. Now, if you go in there at off hours and you got a stam build with Steel Tornado and it's fast, if you got a stam sword or a stam blade, you can just knock down enemies. And if you turn on auto loot, it makes it even faster. Go in with a low inventory, turn on auto loot, maybe even create a character just for gold making, and just find yourself a route. It's a pretty like track shape dungeon. It kind of looks like minus a few curves here and there, it kind of looks like a race car track. And when you're in there, and if you got a lot of AoE damage, you can just knock down those enemies quick, auto loot, and then as soon as your inventory's full, if you have a merchant, pull it out, sell everything, do it over and over again. And that method is endorsed by Outcast to get about 60 or 70k gold per hour, and that is one of the quickest ways. But again, there's a number of ways. It really comes down to finding out something you enjoy that you can make gold too. I mean, you can make gold by doing stuff you don't enjoy as well, but if you can do both at the same time, that's great. All that being said, I'm going to let Jason speak a little bit about his experience on farming gold. And Jason, you can come on up. I'm going to join the audience, and then after that, we'll open up the floor to everybody, and we can talk about our collective experiences. Jason, you got the floor.
Hey everybody. Now, a lot of things that most people miss when they're farming gold is, if you hate farming, hate the grind, hate the monotony of it, the best thing for you to do is to do that while you're doing something else. For example, most people don't like pickpocketing, they don't like stealing, they don't like getting caught in the bounties and such that go with it. But what you don't realize, for example, if you farm for house motif, Telebani, Redorian, or Halua motifs, you have to pickpocket and steal. And you get those white items, you know, those ornaments, the grooming things, the utensils, the dishes, the cookware, that they just seem to take up space, and they're only worth 40 gold, so it's not like a whole lot. Most people skip them and don't even bother picking them up. However, you use those pieces for the Thieves Guild at the Covenant Countess quest that's a repeatable daily. I've actually done it 63 times today. I now have 13 out of 14 Abba's Watch motifs that I've collected in less than 4 days, the entire motif, by doing that, and my gold has gone up. You get 300 gold every time you turn it in, so not even realizing it, I've accumulated at least 10 grand just by doing that. So just keep an eye out for what you're doing, how it relates to something else. Everything has a price, never destroy anything. A good one that's really fast for grinding when you're leveling up is soul gems. Everybody in your skills, you're given the soul siphoning ability that next to nobody uses. Well, you can morph it to a soul splitting and get up to 4 people at one time to fill a soul gem. I made a deal with a couple of my guilds that if you give me your empties, I'll give you half of them back full. So if you give me 100 empties, I'll immediately give you 50 soul gems for free. Well, a stack of soul gems will sell for 20,000 gold. One stack. So it's really quick. You know, I'm doing a grind with a group. They're giving me XP while I'm sitting there just filling soul gems, and I'm helping them. So they're going through it. I'm filling soul gems. I'm making money at the same time as I'm grinding up a low-level tune. I've sold, you know, you can fill an entire stack of soul gems in 10 minutes. So 10 minutes, you just made 20 grand, and it costs 10 grand to buy them empty. So if you want to buy them empty, it's 10 grand. And then fill them up, you sell them for 20 grand, you made a 10 grand profit. And you can do that in about 20 minutes. And then Dave already touched on the other way that I make a lot of money, and that's my gear. Being a 9K crafter, or in everything, including provisioning, alchemy, enchanting, a Cuda by itself sells for 4K. But if I make it into a glyph that you want, that glyph will sell for 10K, maybe even, sometimes even higher. You can get all the way up to 13K, depending on how long you want to wait for it. So I just took a 4K, I bought your Cuda for 4K, and then I made a glyph for the Rapora. Now I just turned that into, I gave myself 7K bonus just for, you know, putting a little work into it.
That's nearly a 300% profit. Sorry to interrupt. That's just nearly 300% right there.
Yeah, and then crafted gear, sorry, stop it.
Can you use your mic, please?
Crafted gear, some of you that's in here now know that I've crafted you gear for you, that if you're below level 50, below level 160, I don't mind crafting gear. All I ask is if you either give me the mats or bring some materials. But one set of 160 armor is, let's see, just the chest piece and light is 150 pieces of ancestral silk. That's one piece, and you're gonna make, there's 7 pieces. That's not counting the weapons. So you're looking at up to almost 1,000 pieces of silk, or 1,000 ingots, or 1,000 leather, or 1,000 wood, well, probably not 1,000 wood, for one complete set. I usually charge kill trader prices, and as Dave pointed out, 20K for one stack of ancestral silk. That's only one piece. So you gotta kind of find your middle ground on that. And then of course you're adding things like turning it yellow, green, blue, purple, gold.
A lot more money with that.
Yeah, I actually I've been trying to sell it, but I can't get to it. Nobody has the gold to buy it. I have a completely golded out set of Twiceborn Star armor that is not bound to me. It is just extra. It was part of an order that somebody requested. I believe it's all heavy. I will have to double check, but that right there is almost $1 million gold. If you count up the cost of mats versus the cost of the tempering alloys, the grain solvents that went together, so you can very easily, and all it takes is for you to, every single day, you know, remember little things, your dailies, your crafting bits, your horse, your, your research. Yes, it's a waste of skill points now, but you can easily put those in there, and like Dave said, for the more aggressive ones, you know, respec your character for a farming tune. This actually is my low-level tune that I hate, just because I don't like the wardens that well, but it was sitting there and I have nothing better to do but to grind it. But I have a tune that its only job is to farm. It has no skill points in anything that doesn't get me a farming bonus. Master Gatherer, Treasure Hunter, speed, sprinting, that's what it's for. If you want to try that, go for it. And that's about all I got. Yeah.
Thank you, Jason. We know we're covering a lot, so again, I'm going to post an article that explains much of this on both of our band pages. And I was going to record this, but unfortunately, you can only record 15-minute segments. I got to figure out a way around that. And the one thing, if you want to leave here with one piece of knowledge of how to make, you know, 50 to 80K an hour, if you just want one takeaway, this is it. go on a stamina character that has a lot of AoE damage, or a magic character that's fast that has a lot of AoE damage. Go to the Vile Mance and Reaper's March and find yourself a route and just spam Steel Tornado and a few executes and just go round and round and round in circles. You'll have tons of Imperial mobs following you, and then you're going to get 30k an hour doing that, and then you're going to sell the rest of the money, the rest of that 20 to 50k gold per hour is going to come from the gear you sell to either the merchant you have purchased or a merchant in town nearby. So that's the one way to make 50 to 80k gold guaranteed per hour. So that adds up to, you know, the title of this seminar on ban was make 100k in 8 hours. I wanted to be modest and not overpromise, but this is a way to make, you know, if you're making 50 an hour in 8 hours, you made 400k. If you really want one of these houses and you don't want to spend crowns, then this is the way to do it. One of the ways is just farm ads and turn on auto loot, so you're not spending time, you know, looting things, and keep purchasing the further you go, buy more inventory space so you can have more and more space so you don't have to sell to your merchant as often. And other than that, I'm going to post all this, and I would like to, anybody that's in here that would like to share any of their gold making tactics, feel free, have the floor. I'm sure there's some things that I've missed. I don't claim to know it all, but know a few things. So anybody who wants to speak up, we'll go in alphabetical order. Let's see here. Brown, is there anything? I think you're the first. No, Amazon employee. Do you have anything? I'm not sure if you have a mic or not. Do you got anything you want to add? All right, he said me, but Raleigh has a question. Okay, Raleigh, ask your question, and then okay, there's a spot in the rift. Next to the Outlaw's Refuge. Sat still for too long. Okay, so there's a spot to grind. Is there anything specific to do there? Okay, you kill the mobs, giving you scraps. Okay, yeah, there is a popular spot there now that I think about it, where you can get like just stacks and stacks of scraps really quickly. Thank you for that. We appreciate it. So let's see. I think next was well, let's see, BR. I think Brown is next. Brown, do you have anything to say, sir?
Not at the moment, man. Like, just want to add, you know, about the farming situation. I'm a farmer myself, but sometimes it's good to roll with a group of people, especially in places that, you know, it's a little bit harder. Me, I just started playing. Sometimes it's a lot of things that I don't know. Like, I've been rolling with Jason for the past 3 days. He's been teaching me a lot, really.
Yeah, it's certainly good to be in groups when you're lower CP, or more importantly than CP, if you don't know what skill rotations and what enchantments you need. So that's a good point. Not everybody needs to roll alone. There's more gold to be made when you roll alone, but it's not. I mean, if you're dying, what does it matter? You know.
For the most part, I think I be choosing the wrong spots to farm. I think they're a little tougher than others. Because right now I'm in I just respected my tune from Stam to Magic, and you know, I'm I hear you over there, Sergeant, and I'm still in the loop of things, trying to learn.
Okay, well, we're gonna help teach you, man, and to solidify some of these topics, tomorrow we're gonna go on a farming tutorial. Don't expect to make a lot of gold tomorrow, because if all 18 people show up, that's the gold divided by 18. But we're gonna show you. I'm going to lead you to these spots that I'm talking about. Right now, we're just talking in theory. We're talking about do this, do that. Let's put it in practice tomorrow. I'm going to put on Band. If you don't have the Band app, if you have a computer with a web browser, if you have an iPhone or an Android app, you can go to your respective stores and just type in BAND, and it'll say organize your groups, install it, and then join. If you're interested in trading, our trading guild is Affluent Merchants. If you're only interested in the social aspect, then our second band is Affluent Adventurers. Not a common mistake is Affluent Adventures, but it's Adventurers. You're welcome to join both if you want and be in both guilds, but for some of you that may not know, Affluent Merchants is becoming purely trading. Affluent Adventures is becoming purely social. But we want even our social people to know how to make gold still, so that's why they've been invited to this event as well. With all that being said, like I said, I'm going to schedule something on Ban for us tomorrow to go through and actually go to some of these grind spots and check them out. And I'm also, given that, after you, Brown, Bubba Stacks, you got anything for us, sir? Alright, Mr. Stacks is not anything that I'm aware of. Let me know if he does. I'm in the menu here. Let's see, after Bubba Stacks, looks like Catbur. Catbur, you got anything you want to add to this?
I'm good, Dave. I don't have any questions.
Alright, you got any comments, any observations?
No, I'm good.
Alright, alright. So after you, I think, is Cosmolly. Cosmolly, you have anything to add?
No, I don't think so. I think you're covering it very well. That's good. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Alright, after you... We stop with the mud balls, everybody. I know it's fun, but you know, it's kinda distracting a little bit. We can have a mud ball fight sometimes, but not right now, please. Let's see. I'm trying to see who is after you. I see a couple F's. Somebody help me that's better at alphabetically recognizing the order of things. Let's see, we had Bubba, we had Cosmolly. I don't see any D's. It looks like Embers is next, if I'm not crazy.
Okay, sure. Well, through our trader, I'm averaging 500 coin on the green patterns, and anywhere 1,000 or 2,000 on blue patterns. And when I say patterns, I mean a diagram, a praxis. Praxis will probably go a little bit higher. They're harder to find. But in general, any of the furnishing recipes, so to speak, can average about that too, if you can, get them. So offer them in zone. It's a way to, if you're not paying for the trader right now, you can get that stuff in zone and sell it that way. Definitely any stray motifs you pick up too.
Thank you.
That's about all I have.
Thank you for that, Embers. I believe, and it's area chat's moving target based off who talked last. I think Fairy Babe, I think you're next.
I'm good.
Alright. In that case, there was another, Forsyth. You got anything to say, Forsyth?
In terms of farming, Riften, the cats, you can farm there in large groups most of the time, pick up the leathers, any scraps, refine them yourself, and you'll get a lot of the temps and stuff like that there, so you can always sell the stacks in the temps just on the guild traders, or go to Belcarth. That's where you end up with a lot of the crafters going anyway, and just sell it in zone there. Apart from that, that's about it.
Thank you for that. I know Amazon had mentioned that. Sounds like that's a popular technique for a lot of people. Thank you. Let's see. After you, there was. Let's see. I wonder. You got anything for us? I wonder. Good to have you with us.
Oh, thank you. I would say the Blade of Woe is my way. I basically gather money. I have maybe 4 spots where the characters or whatever respawn. So they constantly respawn. So I constantly kill them and gather, and I save all the purple and the blues or greens. I throw away the whites and I turn them into the trader. And I can get maybe 30k a day, roughly, by doing that.
Wow, that's
and
great.
It only takes me probably a couple of hours to do.
That's great. So, anybody that...
If I can add to that, to make sure that you put in your leisure domain, that you put your skills in there to sell more volume of inventory daily, because there is a cooldown period on using a fence. So that's why Wander is keeping the blues and the greens, and any purples you can find. Purples are 1,500 if you can find those targets. But then discard the whites, and that way you maximize what you're turning into the fence, because you have a limit. But do put in your skill points that you can there.
Absolutely.
Good stuff. Thank y'all. Let's see who we may have next. Let's see. I'm thinking Nefarious. If I skip somebody, it's because the list is dynamic and it's moving. Nefarious, you got anything you wish to say to add to the conversation?
No, I'm just here to learn.
Alright, well, we're glad to have you here to learn, because we learn together. Allie, you got anything for us you'd like to add?
Has anyone talked about the stealing from the Gold Coast trading place in Anvil?
Probably
I just taught Raleigh that today.
Elaborate on that for us, Allie.
Okay, so right when you go into Anvil, there is a Gold Coast trading building, and in there are only 3 people. So you can either go up and pickpocket them, or Blade of Woe them, but after that there are plenty of cabinets to go through. Most of them do hold you'll probably get at least 4 or 5 green items, and then you just go out on the top level and log out and then log back in. You walk back in the top level, or you can jump back down to the downstairs and break back in. And there's 3 people. They'll respawn pretty quickly, but you can just wait to foil them.
Okay, great. And then you said the rewards for those were the furnishing stuff, or no?
It's general, just green stolen items, white stolen items, but when I go in there, I try to only keep the blue ones, and I tend to get at least 1 blue one throughout, but you're gonna get probably at the least 5 green ones.
Okay.
And then if you're also looking for materials like lockpicks or nickel, moonstone, that shows up often as well. There is also a single safe box in there, which can be lockpicked and looted.
Great. Thank you for that. I'll have to go in there with my Critty Kitty and see what kind of action I can make happen.
Yeah, that is a trespassing thing, so that's why you want to take out those guards.
Yeah.
So.
Cool, good stuff. All right, let's see. I think after you next. Let's see.
I think it might be Redbeard.
Redbeard, what you got for us, sir? Anything?
How I made gold. I played the shit out of this game. Collect everything. When you're questing, like I got everything that, like, every ore, wood, runes, like bugs, and I'd kill like deer and everything. Loot crates and all that, because all that stuff adds up into stacks of everything, and it's all vital for your skills that are basically built off each other, like crafting and stuff like that. But
so you're all-encompassing kind of guy. You just collect everything, every mission, every objective. You find a way to make gold out of it.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's inevitable you're gonna collect gold, like, as you play. It just depends on, like, what, like, you're wanting to do, like, specific stuff, or, like, stuff in general. I mean, the biggest thing, I forget who said earlier, but the biggest thing is just, like, find what you want to do, that have fun with, because, like, whatever you have fun with doing, there's inevitably a way of making pretty, like, large amounts of gold by doing.
You are correct, sir. Yeah, you are correct. Let's see. Thank you for that, by the way. We do appreciate it. Let's see.
Raleigh.
Raleigh, sir, how are you? Give us your take on your perspectives thus far, if you have one. You're not forced to.
Yeah, couple things. I'm new to the game. Everyone's been really helpful and real supportive and nice, so I appreciate that. Piggybacking off of the Gold Coast trading thing, I did it once. It's about 1,000 gold in like 5 minutes. It's just like 3 rooms that you can just loot, so that's good. I've done a lot of the Ashlander dailies with Embers, and I'm getting all the purple rings and everything, so even though I'm not CP 160, I've been able to sell those, those War Maiden rings, and I think they're called the War Poets necklaces, on the Guild Trader for about 2k, 3k a pop, and they definitely do sell. So if you're a low level like me, that's how I've been doing it. But other than that, thank you for the ideas, guys. They've been pretty good.
Thank you for that, Raleigh. We do appreciate it. Let's see.
Looks like Slice and Dice.
Slice and Dice, how you doing?
Good. Yeah.
Good.
Okay. So
something that I've been doing that's been working really well for me is I've been specializing in like the gold materials, like the temps, the waxes, those stuff. And so there's a couple sections. So there's the 0 to 200k point. There's a certain strategy that I used for there, and then past 200k, there's another strategy. So the first part, what's cool about this is that anybody can do this right now. Like, you don't need to have any special skills. So going back to like the ancestor silk gathering, so I will spend time gathering up a bunch of either ancestor silk or rubidite ore or whatever material it is that you want to gather, and then I sell stacks of those in the guild trader, which people will buy, and then what I do is I just hang on to that money until I get to about 200k. And what's cool at this point is that you can continue farming and still building that egg, but now what you can do is buy a bunch of gold materials. I think once you reach 200k you can get 40, let's say waxes, you can get 40 waxes and offer 4.5k for each of them. And that's a good deal for people because they're getting rid of a lot of wax at one time. And so what you do is you get it at 4,500 and then you turn around and you sell it individually at 5.5k, or you can do like little bundles of them for 5k each, and that nets you a profit. But what's cool is that you can do that as you're farming, and so I've seen it's really time efficient, and it can also scale with the amount of gold that you get.
Wow, so you're a wholesaler, and you're doing these people a service by getting rid of vast quantities at once, so they don't have to spend all day selling small quantities. So you're doing them a service, and then you're also making a profit from that by selling, it sounds like, individually yourself, or selling smaller units for higher prices. Is that?
Yep.
That's great. That's great. And as you said, it scales. So that's, you see those people in zone chat, everyone, that's like, maybe it gets a little annoying at times. It says instant cash, send this now COD and get instant cash, yeah. But that is a really highly profitable thing. There are wholesalers in all aspects of real life that's what they do to make their gold. So we really appreciate that. That is a highly scalable thing to do.
Yeah, and obviously it goes faster if you have a stand character like mine. I'm also vampire, so I have like the fast stealth. So I just sneak past enemies if they ever try to hit me or whatever, and I can use like the invisibility thing. Obviously not everybody can do that, but if you have like a Nightblade character, it makes it go a little bit faster.
That's great, yeah. That goes back to the point of maybe creating a character and leveling one for the purposes of making gold.
Yeah.
We do appreciate it. I think after you, we have Wise Woman. Wise Woman, do you have anything you'd like to add?
I don't, but I am over here just like pissed off at myself. Shut up, Jason! I just pissed off at myself, going, what? How would I not know this stuff? So yeah, I'm getting a lot out of it, but yeah.
Because you're you.
Alright. Don't judge me.
Everybody's got to learn. Everybody's got to learn.
Wow, there's a lot more sky shards than I thought there was.
Oh yeah, I used 134 sky shards or skill points just on my crafting alone, and I've maxed out everything, in every armor, every passive, everything, and I still have 5 sky shards left, 9, something like that.
You can get rid of the research ones after you've done your research, but Zombie Slayer, you got anything to add to this conversation?
Not really, man. I started this game probably about 2 months ago, so I'm just kind of picking everything up as I go. So,
Did you
I've
say
been
2 months ago or 2 minutes ago?
2 minutes ago, but pretty much, yeah. 2 minutes ago. Nah, I appreciate everyone. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Well, I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate y'all's attendance on...
I do have one question.
Oh,
I do have one question.
Sure.
Okay, I guess the biggest part that I don't really understand is how to price things. I don't know how to, I have no clue where to even start with pricing an item. You know what I mean? If I do it too much, then it's not going to sell. If I do it too little, then I'm obviously wasting money. You know what I'm saying?
That's an excellent question.
As well.
I would say that there's, depending on, you could go as deep as being an ESO economist. But to be simple, if you want to do it simply, look at the items you're selling. Go to Guild Traders. Go to one Guild Trader and Mournhold, and you can be more in depth if you want, but this is the quick and dry and cut and easy. One Guild Trader, Mournhold, one in Wayrest, one in Ralka. See what the item that you're selling is selling for there, and sell it for that amount or 10% less, since that's a premium place to sell. Additionally, if you have 3 of the same item, price one a bit higher, one in the middle ground, and then one lower. And then I would also recommend using, this is for the PlayStation server, but the Xbox server, but ESO price check is somewhat relevant for the PlayStation prices. And what we're doing right now, actually, this is a great opportunity to mention this. We're for Affluent Merchants, the trading guild. We are forming a market research analyst team as we speak. All Tiny Shrimps is our market analyst lead, and we're going to start recording prices of everything when our website goes live. If everybody doesn't know about this, go to affluentmerchants.com right now, and you'll see what's coming in the future. It's going to be big. It's going to be unprecedented. It's going to make a lot of gold. And right now, as we speak, we're researching those prices. And what we hope to do in 6 months from now is be the trendsetters for prices. We're going to send out emails to people. We're going to ask them, hey, if you sign up for our email list, we'll notify you when there's a major price change in an item. And then what we hope to affect, the effect we hope to incur, is that over time, when people come to us, they see us as the trendsetter, and then we start affecting market prices. That's long term. Short term, I'd say look at traders, one trader in Ralka, and Mournhold, and Wayrest, and also if you got 3 of the same items, sell at different price points. If you don't, and you got what you believe to be a really high quality item, then research it. I would say also create another way. It just depends on how in depth you want to go. Get a forum, get on the forums. It's free, forums.elderscrollsonline.com. Sign up, go in, and all the items that you don't know what they're worth, start a thread, say price check please. List all the items and say, can somebody tell me what these are worth? And they'll do it for you. And they'll usually, it's a good community on there, because it's most of the people that take the time to sign up for the forum they're carrying dedicated players. They're not super trolls. Some are, but most aren't. So that's a lot. If you need some clarification, we can talk about that later.
Okay. Thank you.
Dave, I have another bit to offer. For those who want to start farming, don't overlook your CP points. In the green section of your champion points, the thief line, there's the lover. And if at minimum you put in 10 champion points at whatever allocation that you like, you will get the passive perk called Plentiful Harvest, which gives an up chance of doubling what you harvest out of a node. So like if you are typically getting 3 wood, you're going to get 6 or 7 when that chance procs for you. Also, if you are doing your daily writs, do not overlook those surveys that you get sometimes in your reward coffers. Do those surveys. A node is going to turn back 18 to 20 some pieces, and it will proc with that champion point where it might double. There's times they've gone in for ore and gotten 40 ore out of one node because it is out of the survey. And also, do not overlook heavy sacks whenever you find them. There are those same maps that offer you where the heck to look for a lore book or to look for a sky shard. There are maps that will tell you where heavy sacks are located. Hit them, collect them. They're kind of worth it. Again, those will give you the raws that you can go refine. So do keep on that and go out there, get your stuff.
Anybody got any? Go ahead.
Yeah, and your champion points. Once you hit that level, and can now it's going to take you a rotation just to get 10 champion points to stick in the green field, because it's going to go. You have to put 1 in green, 1 in blue, and 1 in red. So you'll have to get actually 30 champion points to get 10 solid to put in the lover constellation.
Yeah, you need to get plentiful harvest. You just need 10 champion points.
Yep.
10
green ones.
Green champion points. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which 30 minimum.
30. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anybody okay, Apple want my card info. It'll be on my Android. It shouldn't want your card info. Somebody whispered me that. I'm not going to say who, but it shouldn't ask for any credit card. If it does, you're looking at the wrong app. It should be banned, organize your groups, and the icon. I think they changed it. I think they updated it to like a orange blue. It used to be a orange B. It used to be a green B. Let me take a look. No, it still is a green B, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's just ban, organize your groups, and it shouldn't ask for your card. Does anybody have any other questions? Any other comments?
Pancakes.
Pancakes, waffles.
Dude,
No
that
pie.
sounds delicious.
Pie?
What's on the pie?
Top charts.
I like turtles.
Alright, so at 5 p.m. tomorrow, I'm going to schedule a tour of the gold farming locations. And we're going to go location to location and make no gold because there's so many of us, but we'll know where the spots are and expect that. And I think maybe